Hello everybody. We're back online. We're back live. I'm just gonna check the sound if everything is all right, just to make sure that we're doing it correctly this time, because I haven't done this in a while, which is what um week, 2 weeks, maybe almost even. Right? I was totally away from the markets for a full-on week, but I'm very happy, very excited to be back, full of energy and ready to rock and roll, if I can say so. Right? We're back at the markets. We're back looking at the charts and looking at dollar index constantly right now, which is kind of, I don't know, not freaking me out, but is trading a little. I wanted this 4 hour fair value gap to hold the price in. We didn't get that, unfortunately, but we're gonna have to see. I wanted this bottom to hold in the price over here because I'm actually willing to go short today. Simply because of trend lines like that don't persist, right? So we have sell side being taken, this 4 hour kind of holding the price, but I'm not very happy in terms of what we're getting just yet. But we'll see. We'll keep on looking. Markets are opening up in 12 minutes from now, so we will see what we can get out of it. All right. Otherwise, just looking at the dollar index itself, we traded lower away from the midnight opening into sell side resting. Here, I was kind of hoping this 15-minute fair value gap maybe would allow the price to continue lower. We didn't get that, but let me just fix my chair real quick. Oh, here we go. A lot better, a lot nicer. So I'm looking at dollar index and I kind of, how to say, I don't like this breakup structure. I would love to see this breakup structure with a very clean outside being taken away from the market. This is not clean at all. I don't know why the market turned around here. I can't consider it as a possible trade entry just yet. So I have to wait it out. But if we trade above this 1 hour fair value gap, I'm gonna be very happy. So 10 minutes to go till markets are opening up. A little bit longer till we get that information on this 1 hour fair value gap. So we continue watching it and we see what pans out. We're trading below midnight. We're happy to see that. Okay. Elsewise, this is just nasty. 1 hour fair value gap is not holding the price in place at all. But previous day's highs are taken. We're pushing lower now. 15 minutes SMT for euro trading against dollar and buy side taken. So I was interested in going short from 5 minutes fair value gap here because buy side was open. I wanted to see this breakaway gap remain open as well at what is it at 7:50 a.m. but we didn't get that. This is just a weird push to the upside. I don't have any entries here, but we're trading above midnight. Buy side taken, lower prices would be my interest, to be fair with you. Okay. Onwards, GBP USD just nasty. Previous day high, buy side resting above, still in place. We broke down lower here. I'm not happy with it. Simply, we have a lot of sell side resting below, but we need buy stops to be taken away from the market. So probably I'm just gonna continuously consolidate here. We'll see what we get. But looking at the indices that are just about to open up. So 1 hour order block right here. We'll see how we trade that. If we trade higher from it at all, because overall, yes, I'm not sure if I like it at all, because what looks a lot better is Nasdaq, where this 1 hour fair value gap held off the price. I'm very happy with it. We have an order block, so that being broken to the downside allows the market to push lower and rapidly. So I'm happy with that, and I have a 5-minute inversion now noted here. I haven't taken it though. Why? Because I went short on ES earlier today, like an hour ago. From right around here. I very much like the setup with a break of structure, market maker sell model. That didn't work out. I got stopped out. In a loss so far today. That's why I didn't take NQ, because I can't allow myself to trade so early just yet. So I'm just waiting it out. We're gonna see what the opening range gives us, and yep, gonna be interesting to see where we open up in terms of market open in what minutes from now. 6 minutes from now, which is very soon, very quick. I'm just gonna pick at my notes a little bit, because this will be a weird stream in a way, catching up in terms of what the markets are doing, what are we being presented with. But I'm in a very nice space actually, so can't show you around, guys. But we're in an interesting space, because I just rented an office, and this office actually has a very nice setup in terms of 3 rooms that you can stream from, with a very nice sound, very nice. Gonna try to play around with the lights. I can lower the intensity a little bit. Oh, this is good. This is like that. Awesome. Thank you. Trading lower from that inversion for value gap. Too bad. We're gonna get to those sell stops probably because of that. Unfortunately, anticipating. So, we're gonna have to see what we get presented in a bit. Yeah, so we're gonna continuously trade on that trade of 8 account, which is Top Steps evaluation for me. I'm at 150. Where is it? I'm at 152 600 right now. We lost a trade on S&P, which was quite big today, almost $1,000 down. So we'll see. This order block might be holding in the price. So we're gonna see how market opening range reacts to it. But I would be hoping for some push to the downside, actually. We'll see if we can get that. I would highly appreciate it, you know. I'm just answering a few messages, waiting it out. But that order block still holding the price in. Dollar also started trading a bit lower, so want to keep that happening. So the market's opening up in 2 minutes. I'm just gonna run it through again. I would love us to see trading above this fair value gap dollar. I'm gonna put an alert to myself. Just here, this is calibration. This anyway. Delete one because two of them. But got rid of one. Um, this is not a breaker block. I don't like it at all. Same here on GU. Price tide resting above there. It's just a little bit not to my liking in terms of synchronization itself, but I'm gonna have this the let's do this. Let's open up ES 5 minutes chart. Same with NQ, boys. And let's see if the market pushes lower now with the opening in half a minute from now. So just one more time, 15 minutes for value gaps holding the price. I really wanted to see a break lower. We're just not not yet. So we're gonna see. But so far that 50 value gap price in. We're fine with that. We're gonna see if we can work with it or not, but it's pushing to the upside with quite some ease right now. And so now just a waiting game, right? Waiting game in terms of seeing the range. Ranges, whether it finds some buy stops or sell stops itself. We have an opening high here. I'm just gonna mark that. And now buy stops taken. On NQ, ES is not trading together. We were creating an SMT. That would be awesome. If 18.038 will hold the price, that would be great. Because dollar is starting to slowly to push up to the upside a little bit, but not too much yet. So SMT is in place. But NQ is not looking to stop yet. So this inversion and not for me. I view it as a new entries for going higher probably from here, and buy side is resting above here. I'm not interested in seeing that. I was very much interested in going short, but we're just not getting it yet. So let's see. The SMT is still in place. That's good. That might allow some shorts still, but ES won't hold that SMT. Probably it will open up a little bit to the upside, but great to stay in here. But this is what it is. Double top on yes. Let's note that. Probably have it in 1 minute chart. Yeah, right here. So opening of the market right here. Opening on buy side resting above here. Opening lows here. Now let's see. So initial impulses for the upside. Is it a Judas swing? I can't say. I'm way overviewing the market, but we'll see. One more time. Chart dollar index fair value gap to the upside would be great to beat that 103.855 at some point. Euro USD. If this would have taken buy stops instead of that way, I would very much go short here. I can't do that. That's not my model, and buy stops above. And indices, 15-minute chart so far allows the market to find some support, continuously push higher. Not to my interest. Buy side though, take off. Buy side taken right here. High of the range. Or a very small range. 5 and 20 handles correspondingly. So it's totally reasonable for the markets to push higher. There's nothing holding it in place just yet. 15 minutes moves being supported as well, so might probably just stay until 10 a.m. New York time. For me, it's 10 p.m. already, so we're gonna have to stay till 10 a.m. New York time to find any trades. This is not responding well one to another, at least just yet. Just texted my Discord that I'm live and I'm with you guys already, so 15 minutes is very clear. 5 minutes we're not in sync, but I just like that both charts are trading above new week opening gap, which is great. Usually the condition becomes very tough if the markets are out of sync in terms of being above or below the new week opening gap itself, but so far so good. Let's see. If he has starts breaking lower from here, that it will be quite cool. I would be able to find a short, possibly. That. But yeah, let's allow the range to pan out. See what we can get out of it. I'm willing to finish off a day with a loss on ES. That is not a problem for me. It happens, basically, but I'm still hopeful in terms of possibility to find a trade later on in into the session. But 1 hour has to hold in. Then we just go long, which is even easier, higher time frame. Bias is still not shifting. I'm happy to see higher prices still, so why not? This is just nasty. Very nasty. Let's come back get into yeah. Might hold in, but it's just not pleasant to watch. A minute chart, probably gonna open up the range even more. I'm not making any decision. Trying to get in sync with the market. Mm. It's good that the opening range is not giving away though. I'm happy with it. Why not? Usually allows for some better price. Really opens up. So I'm slow myself because it's first week for me of coming back into work. Let's say it's late at night for me. I'm gonna get used to it slowly. Wednesday, Thursday probably gonna be much easier for me, but I have to get used to being on point at 30 p.m. Right, 9:40 p.m. right now. So we'll see how it goes. But last year it was awesome. So last year, just if you guys are interested, if you guys are interested to know my story a little bit, I hate spending winters in Lithuania. Right, so I'm Lithuanian. I'm supposed to be okay with staying cold and yada yada, which I'm fine with. But what I'm not fine with is waking up and not seeing sun at all. Right, that just kills me slowly. But I love being away from the country during the winter. Right? So I spent a few years in Spain, in Marbella, in Tenerife. Well, last year I spent in Bali, in Indonesia. This year I'm in Thailand, and I'm gonna be trading for a few months at least from Thailand, and more particular from Kopangan for you guys. So, good part about this is that I spend the mornings just working on myself, working out, meditating, going to yoga classes, just enjoying life in general, eating good food and all that good stuff. But the weird part is that my days are very long in terms of I usually tend to wake up at 9 or 10 in the morning, which is not too early, but have to be on point at 10 p.m. right, like it is right now, right? So even though it's great to be outside, it's great to be away. It's great to enjoy myself. Physically, it's a little bit draining. So just like last year, I can't spend too much time in the country because uh, performance just get gets worse and worse, and I know that considering how it went last year. So first 2 months were just awesome. I actually made my best results in February and March last year. This year it's gonna be different months, so it's gonna be March and April. I'm gonna be doing just that, but then it usually starts slowing down because working at night it's probably not for me. Probably it isn't for anyone, right? On paper, because the human beings are morning people overall, right? It's much better to focus and do the most important things in life in the morning and first thing in the morning. But basically, what I'm gonna do in front of you guys is gonna be the last thing in the day for me. So I have to how to say constrain myself a little bit, not let go a lot of energy throughout the day to be on point with you guys at night, right? And very honestly, right now it's very tough. I'm sleepy. I'm not too happy I'm doing it. My head is kind of shaky. It's burning a little bit because of how tired I am, and I want to go to bed and everything because I literally just arrived here, so my sleep cycles aren't the best as well. But very honestly, I'm gonna do my best. I'm gonna be living in Thailand for the upcoming few months, working from here, enjoying myself, and gonna be streaming for you guys the upcoming 2 months from here as well, which should be fun. I'm gonna create a lot of content as well because I have a very nice studio, as you see here also. And even though it was hard to get the place, hard to set it up also, but I'm gonna be trading with a quadruple monitor setup very soon because I have 2 monitors right now. Two more are coming in. I have an iPad, I have a MacBook in front of me as well. So if you consider that 6 monitors even, but we're gonna be having some fun from out here, and just like I'm gonna have fun. Markets are having some fun as well. Structure is being broken to the downside. Let's see if this 1 minute fair value gap supports the price. But Thailand is in front of me. I'm gonna be enjoying myself from here, and we'll see how it goes. And I'm gonna keep you posted, guys. Right? Looking at the market itself, 15 minutes fair value gap, close below it. I'm literally gonna go short now on NQ. I'm happy to do it. NQ sell. One contract should appear very, very soon. Group 1. Sell. Market. Yep. And stop loss will go to 20 handles. 20 handles will have to do. Which is what? 1800s, right? Yeah, so 1820. We're gonna do that. 1820. Buy stop. Yeah. Holy shit. Get into a selling position again. Sorry for that. So 20 handles away. Here we go. We are short. Why I'm doing this? Because this 15-minute fair value gap is being broken to the downside. I'm happy to see it trade even lower. We might go up to this 5-minute inversion as well. I'm gonna put a note on that, but I'm interested in marking pushing lower from where we are trading right now. And sorry for that, but we have an SMT as well, and we're gonna see how this pans out. Yeah. Too bad I opened only one contract, so I won't be able to take any partials away from here. But why I've got only one contract is because I am, let me see, I have a loss that I started with from earlier today, right? So exit market, we're good. We took the loss back. We are at 155k now, considering we just made a trade of 2k in front of you guys. So I'm very happy with that. And brackets, profit, money. Yeah, should be money. Why wasn't it? But I didn't even see, to be fair with you. But second trade of the day. Second trade of the day. We're above break even. Trading at, let's see, where's my account? So we started at 154 200s or something, went down to 120 152 800s, and we're at 155 even right now, 154 97, right? So let's see, we still have 12 minutes of evaluation. So sell side taken, order closed on my end. Too bad I messed it up here, because I'm still learning. I'm learning, just so you guys would be up to date as well. I'm learning how to use TradeAway accounts because I want to scale this Top Step account into more Top Step accounts, and so we'll see if we can do that. But to do that, I need to learn how to trade through TradeAway. Or a little bit tough. Nice inversion setup though. I liked everything I've seen. This 5-minute inversion didn't pan out directly, but we entered 15 minutes, like resting below. And yeah, so sorry for that. I traded Nasdaq instead of. Sorry for that. But yeah, so we're above break even for the day, but the real stuff just is coming to a start. So we'll see. 10 more minutes. This 5 minutes inversion is coming into place very soon now. It's at what? 86.75. But breaking down from here is fine. If NQ continues lower, we might try to find a play on ES in terms of attempting to catch up. 4 minutes. I'm not sure. I want to see this 15-minute break to the downside on ES to possibly enter into a trade here. I'm just chatting with my Discord guys a little bit. So, So more about the setup itself, right? Let me just, I'm literally pressing record button so I can save this for later use as well. Let me open it up. Let's take these indicators away. Indicators, execution marks, right? So what we wanted to see initially, right? We were talking earlier before market opened up about this 1 hour for value gap resting here, right? And I wanted it's this wicking above it. It's not a problem. We always say wicks do the damage. The bodies tell the truth about the market, right? However funny that might sound, but this 1 hour for value gap is going to be interesting to watch. But I really didn't want it closing above this 1 hour for value gap because I wanted sell sides liquidity to be taken. I'm kind of bearish for this week as well. I want this 1 hour for value gap to be taken away from the market, maybe this inversion as well, before we go any higher. So looking at the structure here itself, let's take a look at a few things. We're trading in a premium, which is brilliant. Do we have an optimal trade entry? Probably don't, right? So why I was worried is that we kind of, not kind of, but we can say that sell side was taking away from the market and it was pushing to the upside. And what I saw is that I didn't like this 15-minute fair value gap supporting this price run. So calmly, let's say, right? Why? Because we have clearly taken out these sell stops right here, away from the market, and we push to the upside. That's a very nice push, right? And without sell side resting above, I was kind of thinking that this 1 hour fair value gap might get broken to the upside, right? So I was kind of worried in terms of going short from here, because this structure in here, I can't really read it because this is a higher high compared to this high. So we have buy side resting above here, right? Buy side wasn't taken with this push to the upside. We just got stuck in this old 1 hour fair value gap. So this structure is not too clean for me. And for example, in Euro USD, we had a very nice buy side liquidity pool here that was taken. And we didn't run out buy stops full on for me to consider that, okay, this wick to the upside is good enough, right? So I was kind of worried that the market could continue even higher. This 1 hour fair value gap supports the price, which is great. We're still 6 minutes away from closing it. But what I've done here is on NASDAQ. Basically, why I entered that trade is because of a break in structure. So when we are bullish, we always calculate 1, 2, right? So we have a order block resting here. 1. We have 15 minutes fair value gap here. 2, right? And third one, somebody's coming. And we have a high, low, higher high. We have a breaker block as well. Right? So we're kind of not interested in this level going below this 50% order block at all. So 1 is this fair value gap. 2 is the top of the order block. Second part is this 50% level of the order block, because it's a breaker block. If you don't know what's a breaker block, we're gonna dig into it on my Discord channel. Not a promotion, but we're gonna literally do that. So stay in there, stay active, and we're gonna get to that. So I don't want the price going below 17,999, right? Let's just keep it here. And we counted to 3. So we broke this order block. Take it away. We broke this 17,999 level. I take it away. And we got this 15-minute fair value gap inverted, right? What do we do when we have a inversion? We try to go short from it, right? Downside resting below, 20 handles move. I'm okay with a 20 handles move. We probably had a big higher stop loss than this initially when we entered, but I'm happy with a trade setup like that. Second thing, what we have here is this 5-minute inversions as well, right? We didn't trade into it to offer a proper short from here. So let me, we didn't trade into it for a proper short. Some people on Twitter, I see they just go short immediately. I don't like it because I don't like taking on unnecessary risk. But this inversion setup is quite valid as well. What you would have done here is that just as soon as it closes here, you would be entering a position. Too much risk for me, right? But why I close the trade as well might be interesting to know why I only targeted these sell stops is 2 reasons. First reason is because I had a loss today, so I'm interested in making money back instead of profiting it. Right now, if I will open a position, we're gonna ride it because we're in profit right now. I'm gonna risk only what I have made, so $1,000 for risk. So that will be 2 contracts, 20 handles, easily, right? And so first reason why I closed it so early under this sell side liquidity pricing below here is because I was in a loss. Second thing, we have an SMT as well, and SMT here, considering that NQ didn't take out this swing low on 15 minutes, right? And then we have an SMT here, and SMT indicates a possible change in the way the market is trading right now, right? And I just, since I'm trying to catch up in terms of understanding what the markets are doing, and I don't want to risk it being on the wrong side. So I'm closing the trade as soon as I see the SMT panning out. And we're in a waiting game. Third reason is why I closed it so early, because we're not in a kill zone that we trade from. 15 minutes, 10 minutes to 10 still when we entered. So I'm waiting for the opening range to finish up, which is which from a very small range initially got into a quite big range. 80 handles, that is massive. 10 handles on ES is a little bit lower. So ES is in a much smaller range, but we're gonna see. For an entry now, I want the market to take away the low or the high of the range before the move happens for SMT to occur. So we're gonna see. We're gonna see how it plays out. But so far, 1 out of 2, a small loss on ES and double up on NQ. So we are running into a profit so far for today. And kill zone is here, so we're gonna see what we get next. Okay, this 15 minutes, if my bias would be bullish, this is an awesome entry on ES to go higher. I like it, but my bias is not bullish. It's an issue. Can't enter. Just an SMT against my bias is not cool. I need an inversion to entry. Here, we can say we could be holding on to this 15-minute inversion setup still, and yada yada. And is resting below here. Not interested because we have an SMT. What is an SMT? Ignas, good question. SMT on paper is smart money technique, right? I'll just grab a drink real quick. What is an SMT? So smart money technique is a way of the market showing for traders like us that learn smart money concept, that learn that there's somebody behind the market running everything you see here. Haters, not patterns, not divergences, whatever. SMT is a place where smart money can know that there is a alert for them to entry, right? So SMT happens when 2 correlating markets don't align, right? So for example, in 15 minutes, 5 minutes chart, we have very clear low here on ES and low here on NQ. Same candle, 805 and 805, right? Also have high here. So markets are in sync. Low, high, low, high. Market creates a lower high, a higher low, sorry, higher low as well. Market creates a higher high, higher high. What does NQ do compared to ES right after that? ES, this low stays intact. NQ, this low stays in place. What it means for smart money or the people that we believe in a way, whatever we believe, right? Basically, on paper, what it says to majority of the people trading algorithmically, that this SMT, meaning divergence, where NQ took out sell stops and ES didn't take sell stops, is like an alarm clock. Let's say it that way. An alarm clock for smart money to enter a trade. Which way? I can't say because I don't see a structure. But this is an alarm in where, let's say, next 4, 5, sometimes even 8 candles, we can look for a possible entry. Right? Do I always compare NQ and SMP? I do. You can also open up, where is it? Dow. Let me show you Dow chart as well. Top 3, nice setup. Here we go. Dow. You can also take a look at Dow. Haikanashi. Holy shit, what is that? Let me fix the chart. You can always have 3 charts, but SMT in terms of 3 charts in trading is something that we will learn later, but usually you do it for quarterly shifts or higher time frame charts. I don't do 3 charts in terms of SMTs. YMH 2000. I don't do 3 chart SMTs if I'm not looking for a higher time frame buy. So 1 minute, there's usually way too much happening, and the most strongest SMTs are between ES and NQ. Yes, Dow is offering an SMT here as well, which makes divergence between these two even stronger. But very, very honestly, I'm not using usually Dow together with ES or NQ on 1 minute, 5 minute, 15-minute charts just to find entries on daily basis. Usually take a look at Dow in terms of SMTs for daily chart, 4-hour chart, just to find divergences and markets that are not correlating one to another on a higher scale a little bit. There's too many divergences happening like this on 1 minute chart, basically. That's why. And just like noted, SMT can be used in 2 ways. It can be used to enter a trade, which could right now, just if I would come into the market right now to take a look, I would view this as a possible alert for possible buy entries, right? We're gonna learn sometimes you can buy stops. You don't have to wait for a setup to form for fair value gap, for break of structure, nothing like that. You can just buy stops. SMT is a perfect way of doing that. We're gonna learn it a bit later. Too early to go through it. I'm not even trading it myself because it's just not too risky, but it usually opens up your account to a lot of risk because using stop outs becomes very difficult in a position like that. So yeah, we're trading at an SMT, indicated not only that there's a possible buy, but indicating that if you are in the position, there's a good chance that it's gonna turn against you, right? So that is one of another reasons why we're taking this take profit instead of riding this, what is it, 20 minutes of consolidation that we see right now. And you guys making me talk, it is making me more alive, so good stuff. I'm not sleepy anymore. One interesting thing, so let me go back into one chart setup. Dollar index is started to move above that 1 hour fair value gap. Too bad it didn't close with 9 p.m. candle. This is 9 a.m. candle, right? We could be looking for a possible push to the upside in terms of an entry right now on dollar index here. We don't get that. We're gonna have to wait for another hourly candle to close, but just like we called for, one more time, low, high, lower, low. We have a breaker block right here, and that breaker block allows the market to push to the upside. It's very, very good to see, because this helps with initial daily bias that I had, which is bearish on euro. I don't like this formation. I don't like that this is a lower low. I would love to have seen it taken out by stops instead of lower low, meaning that probably we're gonna come back to this at some point. We'll see one. But same on GU. That's why I don't have an entry that I'm holding on to on Forex, unfortunately. I would love to have an entry here, because this is a very nice risk to reward entry, because you're risking maximum like up to 10 pips to gain, what is it, 40? 1 to 4 at least. But unfortunately, indices are consolidating, which is a bit nasty in terms of market not showing its hand, because Forex is running to the downside and indices aren't. Too bad. But still, structure is there. Even though we have an SMT to the downside, there's, at least on 5 minutes chart, the only structure I see is that this 5-minute inversion. Is this a possible short entry? No. Why? Because we have a SMT to the downside. If we would have an SMT to the upside here, with, for example, NQ creating a higher high, and yes, having this, so this high and this lower high, SMT to the upside. Ooh, this short is massive. We're going lower right away. I'm up for that, you know? I'm happy. But right now, no, because we have SMT to the downside, and SMT to the downside one more time is an alert for traders to look for a possible long entry. I can't enter this. I would love to go short, but I can't, because this is not a model that I can trade, basically. So if you guys are just joining into the stream, you're gonna see a lot of situations where I don't enter a trade just to keep a good habit of not entering, and you're gonna learn sooner or later that just having conviction and having a good habit is very helpful with your risk management later down the line. Because with trading, how to say it, I actually had a very long conversation in the office before coming to the streaming room about trading with one of the Russian guys working here, and he's actually an active trader himself. We kind of talked that he could teach me, I could teach him, and we could probably take anybody in this street that at least understands basic math and teach him what we know about how the market moves, how we look at market structure, when we look for bias, where we look for shorts, and so on and so forth. But we could never teach psychology. You'll see a lot of me here talking about it, that I want to show good habits here in front of you guys, not only for myself to work on my own good habits, but I want to show you good habits in terms of you being able to manage your risk in a bit of an easier way. Because bombarding yourself with shitloads of trades and then trying to understand whether it was good entries or bad entries, that you can fuck up your balance quite quickly. And after you do that, good luck with trading and good luck with managing your positions onwards, right? What I see right now is a order block here supporting the price. I don't trade order blocks, though no entry, but you can find a strategy in this ICT YouTube channel where I think it's number 6, where after you have sell side taken with SMT, you can enter from an order block right here, right? One more question. I see fair value gap was touched. Was that a good entry for longs? This fair value gap on NQ? Arnes, can you tell me on which pair? If you're talking about actually both. So this is, yeah, on NQ, right? This 15-minute probably, right? For me, not a good setup because I don't want to go long. But if you have a conviction where you say you want to go short, trading an SMT that happens in a fair value gap like this is a very nice place where you can buy stops. Probably something like that, right? It's a very nice place to buy stops because buy stops are resting. Sell stops, sorry. Stops are resting below this low. Market creates an SMT, which is an alert that we might go long from here. This is a perfect entry for that. This order block now confirms that conviction in terms of possibility of going higher. The problem for me with a setup on NQ like this, buying sell stops, is that where do you place your stop loss? Do you do just generic 20 handles? Do you work with most recent low? It's very tough to have a nice risk to reward because right here, so you want to have 1 to 2 at least. So you need 60 handles at least to have a good risk reward ratio here. It's a bit too much in terms of handles that I would be aiming for, right? 60 handles is a massive trade. If you can take one contract, that's $750. Just multiplied by 5 contracts, whatever. And, yes, on the left there's a nice demand zone just below liquidity. Demand zone, no thank you, not in my language. But this fair value gap, 15 minutes holding the price is totally reasonable. I wouldn't buy these stops because I'm bearish. Why? Few things. Let's open up the chart. 1 hour. On ES, I told in the weekly report that I'm not too happy with ES in terms of structure. I wanted it to go below this 1 hour fair value gap to become bearish on the ES, but on NQ, it's very simple. We have YouTube 2022 panning out on 1 hour chart, which is buy side, and buy side even in terms of weekly high as well, being broken. We have breakdown here, and we have a break of structure right here. Break of structure, 1 hour fair value gap, means a YouTube 2022 entry. Where do you have sell side resting? Probably next sell side liquidity pool is here. If I would be trading 1 hour chart, this is an entry. Right now with this sell side resting below, I would probably, if we go lower, I would take a partial here at the 100 handles, whatever, right? But this is, so let me take away a few things. No, I don't need to take anything off because let's do that here, and there. This 1 hour chart has a break of structure here where we literally have buy side taken, breakdown to the downside, short term low taken, which is a break of structure, 1 hour fair value gap for an entry right here. Downside resting here initially probably, but I would even consider it going lower, and stop loss here. If answer that would be so this is a short I would be holding if I would be trading 1 hour charts, to be fair with you. You could say you could take a partial here under this low, but this is not good enough risk to reward. This is only 1-to-1, so that I can't consider that I would be away from the trade. Entry though still valid because this 1 hour fair value gap is supporting the price. So my break of structure right now is to the upside is only if we trade above this and we close above it. And if we close above it, then we run these buy stops and probably this weekly high to the upside. Before we do that, I'm only interested in lower prices on you. Second reason why, because I'm bullish on dollar index. If you want me to break down why I'm bullish on dollar index, just let me know. And if 1 hour fair value gap that was rejected would be filled, would you look for buys then? Would your bias would change? Understood, probably. Now I'm gonna start talking. Correct me when you catch me that I'm not talking about what you want. So for example, if our target was here, when would I change my bias? When the market starts pushing up from here. Only when we have a break of structure. So for example, if we're in 1 hour chart right now and sell side reds here and we trade into 1 hour for value gap, I want to go to lower time frames. Right now about current push. Rejected. So we rejected that and we rejected that, right? I would consider my bias in terms of bearish bias being wrong as soon as the 1 hour chart closes above 18.0 to 7.25. If 1 hour chart, so this candle, basically in next 40 minutes, if it closes above this, my bias is wrong. This fair value gap being filled is totally fine, just like this fair value gap being filled is totally fine. What is not fine is if we would close here above it, not good enough. We would close above here, not good enough in terms of structure. I would have to run away from the trade. If salute, my friend, salute. I'm trying to record everything as well so I can share it later with you guys on Discord to review. So sometimes I zone out a little bit because I'm pressing a lot of buttons to manage the stream as well. But listen, bias is bearish still. Why? Because we've not broken the structure. Structure though is here. So this 1 hour fair value gap. Why I'm worried about this 1 hour fair value gap being broken to the upside is because this supported the price, right? This fair value gap supported the move to the upside. So I want this to be in place and intact for me to continue looking for bearish prices. This is very gay of insight. I'm gonna take a picture and I'm gonna print it and I'm gonna sleep on it because I'm very happy to hear it. Just like I explained with the market opening up an hour ago, right? Why I am still worried and I was worried about this 1 hour fair value gap closing to the above and price closing above it is because there's no structure here. People will draw demand zones, B zones, whatever zone. Like this will be a zone for somebody because something happened here and they will say, okay, this is supposed to hold the price or resist the price or whatever. And if this gets broken to the upside, I'm gonna go long. Yeah, you can talk about it, but why I'm not interested in why I'm worried about this fair value gap not holding the price to the downside, because on paper, for me, there's no structure here. If this 1315 high would be a higher high, meaning this high would have taken buy stops resting above, I would consider this a breaker block. Breaker block, we're gonna learn on why I call this a breaker block. I would be interested in this holding the price to the downside. Right now, there's no structure here. I have buy side resting above. Buy side is one of the targets that we look the market to trade into. Markets trade for buy side, sell side liquidity pools, trades into equilibrium, or it trades for fair value. So this buy side resting above is I'm not happy to see it. Also, we're still at equilibrium. 2 hours now into the kill zone. We're still trading at equilibrium. We're not moving away from it. Not too happy. If I could get angry at the market, I would get angry at the market right now. You know? Good questions, Arnes, though. Thank you. Good questions. Sorry, just answering a few messages. I've been talking for 40 minutes straight on, so I have to catch up on a few things. So, what do we have? We have 10:25. However tired I am and however much I would love to go home, I'm still, even though this is a consolidation structure in a way, I'm still gonna take a glance. Trade. Probably not, but object tree. Opening range, please. So just like I said earlier, if I'm gonna enter a position, I want us to get out from the opening range. We're still in the freaking up opening range and we're not moving away from it. As long as the market stays during a kill zone in an opening range, we're gonna consolidate. This is what. Nothing. We're just running around that range, and not only we're in premium or discount of that range, we're trading at equilibrium. No entries for me. Too bad. It is what it is. I just got it. Tough part about being in Thailand here is that once you close, you go to bed, you're missing a lot of setups as well. So for example, if you have a very nasty market ranging like this and you know that PM session is gonna be good, you can't trade the PM session because you're gonna be asleep, because you just can't stay up to 2 and 3 a.m. Every single day. You know, so tough part about being in Thailand, but I'm gonna sacrifice that, resting that, then I'm gonna find enough good AM session trades to work with. I'm gonna go use a bathroom real quick, guys. Okay, I'm gonna be right back. And we're back. Still in the range. Still boring. I'm gonna stay here till probably 11 or so. Just to continue reading the price, continue getting used to it a little bit more. But, ooh la la, finally. Low of the range taking away from us. Now we evaluate whether we turn or we continue with the direction. Markets are correlating though, so we have to see 15 minutes of it yet. 5 minutes, too interesting. We'll see, we'll continue watching it. Oh, we didn't close below this, unfortunately. This 15-minute fair value gap is still holding the price, but just based on the feeling, it looks gonna close lower. Um, will that allow us to push lower? It should. We have sell stops here, 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 being low over here as well. Yet like even though we took away the low of the range, there's no movement yet. We're getting closer to 11 a.m., which I'm not gonna be too keen on opening a position. Double top is over here, and same double top on InQ. This might be where the market goes now. I'm not entering. I don't have a clean setup yet, but it will just bring us back into equilibrium for the selling range. So no possible. We have to understand that most recently, buy side, right? With buy side taken, I'm still happy to see some lower, but I would love this to be taken away before we go even any lower. One of the first fair rally gap for opening up. Have a break of structure as well. That's a very short scalp move. Those buy stops. So so far a very boring day though. Yes, we did go short on NQ. From the inverted 15 minutes fair value gap, we closed it very quickly because we have empty. Yes, not taking that. Yes, not taking that low compared to Nasdaq, but 15 minutes. That SMT we talked half an hour ago is kind of getting confirmed for Nasdaq to take those buys away from the market. Yes, it's just gonna follow. This is an old new week opening gap that we're trading at. This is a 1 hour for gap that we wanted to in place for shorts to be panning out. So, one more time. 5 minutes. 4, 3, 2, 1. Yes, six sister approaches, but there's no setup for it. Taking a look. brings us back into equilibrium, not into a proper discount for an entry. So no buy entry for me on ES neither. Can't do it. Mhm. Trying to understand. So in 10 minutes, 10 to 11 macro starts in 10 minutes. Wordplay, right? But this is hanging with me. If usually when we have a consolidation profile like we do right now, even though we're getting SMTs, offering buy stops to be run through 10 to 11 macro the market. I'm just trying to understand right now what I'm hoping in terms of what I want the market to do during that market, and I just can't see it. So, hmm. Is this an inversion setup? This is an inversion. Like it? No. um, have an SMT. We have an inversion. To be fair with you, it is a trade entry. But I should be well. Um, I just can't say I'm interested. I'm gonna take this inversion setup because it created a fair value gap. So I'm in myself in a bit. Let me go ES market. Yes, please. So why I just took this trade? I'm not saying it's gonna pan out. Interesting. Because took away sell stops, took away buy stops. Nobody in terms of retail is in a position. SMT, NQ lower compared to yes taking those buy stops, but and we got in. I'm not interested in taking it because I still don't have a clean bias on what I want to do, on what I want, why I took this set now because the probability increased shitloads, not only version with a value gap. That 1 minute for value gap increases that the setup panning out by like 25%. What I usually see from my experience, right? So I'm gonna see. Um, one right to the downside. just want to put down my limit orders now. So, what do we have? What do we have? We're gonna place a buy stop right here. And since I'm in profit already, I'm probably just gonna look for sell side liquidity internally to be taken away. Market trade into this new week opening gap, and I'm gonna call it a day. 5 handles, that will be good enough. Or take a partial there. Maybe let's do that. Let's take a partial there. So it is at 5095. 5095. Oh, there we go. 5095 partial. And this is not a partial. Because we're in 5095 partial. And then we're gonna see what. Love this to stay intact though on NQ. Or yes to allow going lower. Did we just close below this 15-minute fair value? Yeah, that's it. So we have a setup for ourselves. You could be trading this 15-minute version, and I'm gonna literally ride it to the low of for a new low of the day, probably even 15 minutes. F. Oh. This is awesome. This is a very nice trade, and probability of this panning out is even higher now because we have a 15 minutes inversion, not only 1 minute inversion. So the market could push up to higher a little bit because this we could consider this 15 minutes optimal trade entry, but I don't because I have buy side taken away from here. If this would have not taken buy side, like if this would not have happened, I would appreciate it going higher from where it is right. I don't because we don't have buy side resting up. So this 15 minutes for value gap has to allow the market to go lower. It's just, how's it? Not something that I would say should happen by the book, but see it panning out day in, day out. So I'm gonna try to take advantage of that. If this doesn't speed up in next 3 to 4 candles, though, I'm out. I don't like NQ trading as it is right now after an SMT. SMT should allow the markets to go lower together, right? They went out of sync, not creating higher highs together. That allows them to turn, but they have to move. There's no movement, there's no speed right now, and the 10 to 11 macro starts in a few minutes, and I don't like the macro running out the liquidity itself. Macro should open up the market to run the liquidity afterward, but the markets are opening up already because of this. So just a lot of thoughts, a lot of ranting from my side, but I'm just talking to myself that I won't hold this position for too long because I don't like the setup full on because the market is not moving when it's supposed to move because we just had an SMT. So I'm gonna wait it off. I have my finger on half of the trade time. So this is just a partial though. This new week opening for me. I'm gonna try to in 80 cents ish if we continue lower from this 15-minute inversion. I want speed to go. Not only go lower, both need speed. I can hold on to the in me way too much. Looks like NQ creating a lot of liquidity above. Exactly. This is why I don't like holding on to this position for too long either. And this is where I'm gonna close the position as well, because we are at another SMT level where yes has created a lower low, and NQ just into NQ is something I'm not interested to trade at all because we're still in that deal. Us being in that dealing range means that I can't enter a position. Yes, I did enter it with the hope that this broke off the dealing range being broken to the downside allows something to start panning out. I was initially looking for bullishness. Buy stops taking just like we marked it. We have an SMT. We break lower below this in 1 minute inversion for value gap, getting it inverted. Brilliant. We enter. We have a setup. We wait it out. We took a partial. I'm not sure if I'm gonna run it to my full on take profit of 5 handles, but I'm happy with what I see. But exactly, NQ has a lot of buy stops resting off. If markets get in sync, I'm not happy for ES pushing buy stops one more time. So I'm gonna close the position early if that starts panning out. Well, what is it? Third position today already. So fun stuff. 155, 200 on the balance, so it's 300 made on this trade, and I have my hand on exit all button and see 5. I want that volume imbalance to see. We have a gap between the close and opening of those 5-minute candles. And Q is just creating more and more liquidity. CD talks a lot about engineered liquidity. This is what engineered liquidity looks like. You literally can see that the market is being held into a consolidation almost manually. Don't push on money, enjoy Thailand. Man, I ain't gonna enjoy Thailand anymore today. I'm literally gonna go to bed 3 minutes after we close the stream. If it's very easy for you to judge what time it is on my end. So right now it's what 10:52 a.m. in New York. It's 10:52 p.m. in Thailand. 12 hours difference. Fun stuff. Thanks for the support, though. I'm very, very appreciative of you being here. So it helps me a lot to stay intact. It helps me a lot not only to trade well because I feel you guys watching me behind my back in a way, but it also helps me to provide you with content, So the more you learn, the happier I am. This is why I'm here for, to teach you guys everything I know, because I'm happy to share. So I'm just counting how many candles we have since we entered the trade. So 10, 12, 13. I don't usually hold on to position more than 15 candles if I don't like it. So 2 more candles to go before I literally just close a position, and I'd say I don't care about what's why. This buy side resting above is too nasty. Is that volume balance still intact? Yeah, the volume balance still intact. 3 minutes. Oi. Boring. Boring day, actually. I'm literally gonna close the position now. Whatever way it goes. 70 more. Into the books. Oh, I'm not gonna enter anymore today. I'm done for the day. I'm $2,000 up on the Top Step evaluation account. We started not $2,000, 1K. We lost initially. We lost 1,200. We made 2.5K back. Started at 154s. Now we are at 155, 200. Have to out slowly, hopefully till the end of this month. Would basically be what, about 20 trading done. And today's more than better than what I even expect. To be fair, I wasn't hoping to push that much because I was traveling throughout February and I was having a holiday and all that good stuff. So we're very happy with the result. Unfortunately, this is not an equity high. We were at 166 900s before my holiday, and we lost like 3 trades in a row, something similar, before I left. So I left on a very bad note, actually. So we're in the catch up mode. Catch up. We're gonna catch up, not an issue. But literally, guys, if you're in trade, this trade is still valid. Probably this new week opening gap is gonna get bursted through because this 15-minute inversion could offer a pretty good range. So continue watching that. Take a look. Maybe we're gonna create a new low of the day. But the short is it's fine though. But what I'm saying is I'm gonna say goodbye. I'm gonna go rest. I have 2 months of stuff like this for you in front of me with very nice setup arrangement behind me, which I very much like, and I appreciate the owners of this office and them letting me in. So possible take profit if you held on to the position has been taken. I'm gonna say goodbye. Good luck, good trading, and stay safe.